It's good to be with you again. I'm joining with Pastor Jamie on a presentation of devotionals based on the book of Ecclesiastes. Pastor Jamie has already in the first session discussed the history of the book of Ecclesiastes, how it came to be about, and the purposes for it. So today I'll pick up with the second chapter. And we have three parts of this chapter. It's called the Vanity of Self-Indulgence, the Vanity of Living Wisely, and the Vanity of Toil. And the first section is verses 1 through 11, and it talks about the vanity of self-indulgence. And Solomon purposed to explore all the areas in general of self-indulgence that were available to someone with unlimited wealth, unlimited power, and high position. And that was Solomon all over. He had all those things. And so he took it on himself to see, well, what's the purpose in life? How can I fill myself up? How can I find contentment and fulfillment? And so that's the first thing he did. He indulged himself. And he said, I searched with my heart how to cheer my body with wine. And my heart still guided me with wisdom, and how to lay hold on folly till I might see what is good for the children of man to do under heaven during the few days of their life. And he says, I made great works, built houses and planted vineyards and did all those things. And then I had a huge household of servants. And he said, I became great and surpassed all who were before me in Jerusalem. He said, and I did this all in wisdom and understanding, purposefully to explore what is the fulfillment that man can have. And he said, ultimately, in verse 11, then I considered that what all my hands had done and the toil I had expended in doing it, and behold, all was vanity and striving after wind, and there was nothing to be gained under the sun. Then he thought, well, let's move into philosophy and wisdom and see if there's something in that I can gain. And so I turned to consider wisdom and madness and folly, and what can the man do who comes after the king? And he explores that, and he wonders and ponders on that. And what he found is that in verse 15 he says, I said in my heart, this is also vanity, for of the wise as of the fools there is no enduring remembrance, seeing that in the days to come all will have been forgotten. How the wise die just like the fool. So even in the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom and understanding, all those things, they all come to an end in themselves. They in themselves have no permanent value. Then there's the vanity of toil. He said, I hate all my toil, in which I toil under the sun, seeing that I must leave it to the man who will come after me. It's transitory. It doesn't have any permanent value. There was once an evangelist that said, I've never seen a hearse with a trailer hitch, and I've never seen a casket with side pockets. You can't take it with you. And so it all goes to someone else. And so he's exploring the possibilities of human satisfaction, looking for what meaning there is in life that's permanent. If everything just blows away at the end of life, it's passed on to other people, and there isn't even any remembrance, what's the purpose? What is the value in life and living? What is really the meaning of life? Verse 26, for to the one who pleases God, God has given him wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he has given the business of gathering and collecting, only to give to one who pleases God. This also is vanity and striving after wind. So the only way we find joy and contentment and fulfillment in this life is by honoring and serving God, because no matter what you do and no matter how much you attain or how much you do searching and seeking to fulfill yourself, all of that comes to an end in boredom, frustration, monotony, no matter what pursuit you find yourself in, apart from God himself. But God, when he was honored and given place in your life, all that other can have meaning and can have virtue and can have value. But apart from God, it's just dust in the wind. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I look forward to seeing you next time. But until then, may God bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.